Well, good morning and thank you so much. We are joining you from Nkumba here in Katavi Town Council, Wakiso District, and this beautiful morning we will be speaking matters, vectors, insects from the Ministry of Agriculture. For a fact, we know that beekeeping is one of the commercial arms of the ministry, that efforts are being made to see that this is also improved and given value to the international market. We know of the fact that very many farmers are now keeping bees for a commercial purpose. And as we speak now, a lot of honey is being exported to Uganda's neighborhood, Sudan, Kenya, and wherever. But we want to understand, as the ministry, of course, joins the rest of the world in celebrating or commemorating the World Bee Day, which will be celebrated on the 20th of this month. We want to understand how the ministry is considering this arm as a very important venture. Joining me on the set this beautiful morning is Lawrence Tusimomohanj, who is the Assistant Commissioner, Productive Entomology in the Ministry of Agriculture, Animal Industry and Fisheries. Thank you so much for joining me on Morning at NTV.
Thank you, Ivan.
Yes, let me hold it for you. Okay. As we are joining the rest of the world in commemorating this day, what is the success that we can achieve from beekeeping?
Yeah, thank you, Ivan, and the viewers this morning. I'm glad to interact with you on this day we are about to celebrate on 20th May.
Yes.
And this is a World Bee Day that was designated by the United Nations in the whole world. So all countries are looking into celebrating this day, and specifically Uganda in particular will hold it physically at Kawanda National Agricultural Research Laboratories in the Wakiso District. Yeah, the essence of this day is to create awareness to the public the critical roles bees play in our agri-food systems, and to ensure that the bees are recognized as livestock in improving people's incomes. So it was started long way in 2017, and especially it was initiated by the Republic of Slovenia, assisted by the International Federation of Beekeepers Association. So it has a UN resolution, and you can see the whole globe attaches a lot of importance to bees and beekeeping, bearing in mind that there are a number of technologies that have been put in place to assist farmers to get income.
Okay, well, let's bring the conversation home. Why do you think Ugandans should join the rest in celebrating or commemorating this day?
Yeah, Uganda is glad to join in commemorating this day because beekeeping, first of all, as a commercial enterprise, has a lot of products to offer to the communities. First of all, beekeeping is widely known as a source of honey production. Possibly, Ivan, you might have tasted honey.
I have tasted the honey myself.
And most people have always thought about bees, honey as a product from beekeeping. So Uganda as a country has put in initiatives to promote this industry. In the first of all, it has built capacity in the agricultural extension system to make sure that the advisory services, this time entomologists, to be based in districts, to offer service to all farmers involved in beekeeping to improve their livelihood. So the government has recruited staff. It has also built capacity in research. We have the National Agriculture Research Organization, NARO, that is involved in developing technologies that would be extended to farmers to improve their production systems. Now, keeping in mind of, for example, focusing on this year's theme, bees are inspired by nature to nourish us all.
Actually, that's what I was going to. For we know somebody's keeping their coffees, keeping their maybe other plantains, but while putting it in mind that you can also keep bees alongside you, maybe keeping your coffee and the rest, but also understanding the fact that for example, in my company, when bees come to your plantation, the first thing you look for is how do you chase them away? Spraying, sometimes using smoke and fire to chase them away. But how can people live in harmony with bees in the same community when they coexist?
Yeah, you are right, because why we exist as entomologists in charge of bees is to create this harmony between the population, the environment, and all other stakeholders to make sure that we exploit this natural resource as bees to get the benefits out of it. First of all, bees are related to crops through pollination. We are having a lot of coffee growing, and when you move out into the fields, especially when coffee is flowering, you will see a number of bees visiting flowers in coffee.
Yes.
And they are doing a natural work which was inspired in it is a natural empowerment given by bees to pollinate. That one is a God-given function which the bees perform when even the population is not aware. But we have improved in stocking. You know, the government has put in an intervention to give out seed. Seed for beekeeping is the bees themselves,
Yes.
the beehives. Hopefully you have witnessed people who have received beehives in different areas of the country, and through that intervention they are increasing, for example, production through honey and other hive products. For example, we have a number of products from beekeeping which the population is not aware of. So, but now that we have extended out into the production systems in the country, these products are coming in.
Okay, also, but as a ministry, how are you making sure that there is value addition? People are harvesting, honey locally and maybe not getting to the standard that we can compete with other countries that produce, for example, to get to the European Union market and the rest. But what the ministry is doing to make sure that there is post-harvest handling when these farmers are getting these honey that you're talking about?
Yeah, according to the strategic objectives of the ministry, it is first of all promoting market access. And through market access, you must produce quality, what, for example, the consumer can produce. There are interventions related to value addition. It has already given out equipment related to honey harvesting, good practices related to honey harvesting, processing and packaging. You might have seen across the country many supermarkets and many other shop centers are really receiving a well-packaged honey, and a number of stakeholders, companies are getting involved to make sure that this product, honey and other products, are well packaged to access the market, international market, and our market around. So there are initiatives being put in to make sure that we increase the safety of food production. We have the traceability system. What is the farmer producing?
Actually, that's what I was going to.
Yeah.
Profiling farmers, supporting them, and make sure that they take the best instructions from the ministry so that they can compete with the world, not only making honey locally here.
Yeah, the extension system is well versed with that input, and it is assisting farmers to process the honey and packaging it into the right standard such that it can be consumed by the international community. So first of all, we have the initiative of honey residue monitoring. The ministry is conducting honey residue monitoring to ensure that it meets the minimum quality to satisfy the outside market, because the EU is demanding a lot of honey from us. And through those processes of, for example, ensuring that our honey production is safe for human consumption, those measures are put in place to ensure that the farmers follow right guidelines to produce the right quality of honey consumed.
Okay, maybe lastly, I will also ask you now, in as far as how we are going to celebrate this International Bee Day, what should we look out for on this day? 20th, you said Kawanda. Did you say where it's going to happen?
Yeah, it is going to take place at Kawanda National Agriculture Research Organization. And this is the station responsible for agriculture research of different technologies. So we are looking at partnership with private sector, then development partners to come into force to ensure that the production and conservation of bees are enhanced and the people's livelihoods are improved.
Okay, I think on behalf of the ministry, I will also rally those who are interested in keeping bees to also join the Ministry of Agriculture, Animal Industry and Fisheries to commemorate this International Day that will be celebrated in Kawanda. But for time reasons, Commissioner, Assistant Commissioner, I want to thank you so much for making time to speak to us this beautiful morning.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Well, it's been, of course, an insightful conversation with the Assistant Commissioner, Productive Entomology, Commissioner Lawrence, to see Mom Hanji, just giving us insights on the matter. We've also been disturbed by the slight downpours that are coming in Entebbe, but we hope that this conversation is insightful. For time reasons, let's hand the conversation back to the studios. Good morning.